What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be going over how to properly bend the brim on your hat, all right? Fitted and snapback. I kind of put this in the same lane as the how to lace your Jordan 1s videos. You know, it's pretty simple, but I feel like these subtle details really go a long way.
So it's pretty much like a stylizing tip.
Yep, and like I said, this applies towards fitteds and snapbacks. Here's yours right here. Let's get started. So we got two hats right here, you know, brand new, fresh out the box.
These look too fresh, like right out the box, flat as a table.
This, you know, used to be the wave, you know, fresh brims, no curve on them, you know, leave the stickers. But I would say, you know, curving the brim nowadays is kind of like the equivalent to, you know, loosening up the laces on your sneakers, you know, just that really not too fresh look.
You don't want it to look too tight, if that makes sense.
From the factory,
you know,
from
the factory.
From the
lacing
factory
is equivalent to basically how this looks right now.
All right, so what you're gonna need is a set of thumbs.
We all have those.
Some people don't. And then we also need these rubber bands. These are very, very specific rubber bands.
I was gonna say, not just any rubber bands.
Not just any rubber bands, which we'll get into. And then also you might need a mug, but we'll get into that as well. But yeah, let's start off right now with the first step, which is manually bending the brim with your thumbs. So what I like to do is I don't like putting my thumbs right in the middle and then start curving, because one thing I try to prevent from happening is basically breaking this like cardboard piece right in the middle. I've bent brims before, and this part looks like a roof of the house.
Yeah, you do not want that look, because that's not the bend. That's not the bend that we want right there.
So you want to start from the edges and basically kind of just work your way from the outside towards the middle. You know, kind of feel it out. You know,
just like working out, you got to stretch first, right?
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Before we work out this brim, you know, we definitely got to, I like just warming it up like this.
Yeah.
And right there, you could already see it makes a huge difference.
Whoa. And then what I also like doing is like kind of placing my hand right here, grabbing one side, and then you just bend the side and then do it on this as well. So boom, we're kind of, you know, breaking it in a little bit. It's also really important to take a look at it from the front angle, because you kind of want it to match, you know, the profile, the hat and everything.
Exactly. I would say
even basically.
Don't get it confused with how dad hats look. Sometimes those have too crazy of a curve.
Those have a crazy curve. All right, so we just basically wrapped up the whole, you know, manual breaking in part.
Yep, the prep
this
work.
is actually pretty much all you need to do for fitteds. Fitteds are a lot softer in the brim than snapbacks. They have like more wool on them.
I definitely noticed that too. I just feel like they're a lot less stiff, more giving.
Yeah, so with the fitted, you might not necessarily need to do the next step. You can if you want to, but yeah, I'm just letting you guys know you're pretty much good to go with the fitted, just doing it manually. But like I said, the most important thing to keep in mind is do not bend from the middle. You will break this part and it will look like a house.
For sure.
Go from the outside in. All right, Tan, so this next part, man, let's talk about these rubber bands right here.
Okay, so, you know, shout out to Office Depot. You actually get these at Office Depot, and they have surprisingly a lot of sizes, okay? From skinny rubber bands to semi-thick to really thick.
Oh, size 64.
The thickest.
And you gotta double up on them. You gotta double up. It's just important.
And when I say thick, I mean strong. Strong, okay?
All right, so now that we manually bent the brim right here, you're gonna take two rubber bands.
Not two turtle doves.
I could have two?
Well, two turtle doves.
And then you're gonna just wrap it around right here. And one thing to keep in mind is you don't want to put the rubber band all the way to the dome of the hat. You want it kind of in the middle, because I've seen people do it right here, and you're basically just bending this part.
The inside part right here, and then where the front of the brim actually doesn't really curve.
It doesn't really curve. So yeah, place it right here in the middle.
Cool. Man, I can already feel a huge difference with doing it with two rubber bands. There, this is pretty much what it's supposed to look like right here.
How long are you thinking? How long are you thinking?
A whole night, like overnight.
I was gonna say overnight, man.
Overnight,
That's just the
overnight,
way to
for sure.
go. And also, if you do not have access to rubber bands, I don't think this way is as effective, but it is a good alternative. You can just put your manually bent brim in a cup.
In a cup.
In a cup.
In a cup.
To get that shape, you know what I mean?
Okay. Obviously, because it offers that cylinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good alternative. But yeah, I feel like with the rubber bands, this is just like basically like, I don't know, just
In a way, I feel like you could control the curve more.
for sure. Like you could get that exact curve. Look at it right here, man. It is looking nice. All right, guys, so the very last step to this whole process, man, I don't tell a lot of people this.
Yo, hey, you're gonna reveal the secret.
I gotta tell the people.
Okay, this is the final bonus step, basically.
So this part right here is basically the final touch to really locking in this shape.
This
You know
is
what I
almost
mean?
an experiment gone right.
Yes, sir. I've gone through a lot of trial and error for you guys. But what you're going to need to do is get basically any hairspray that has that lock effect and hold. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll leave links in the description box below to some hairsprays that we recommend. There's a L'Oreal Lock It and Hold hairspray that I like. This one is really similar as well. But you have the hat. You just want to give it a light coating on top.
You know, it's like the final touches, similar to what you do with your hair. If you want to hold it a certain way and want it to look a certain way, same thing with the hat. Okay,
Same thing.
These brims have fiber.
It's like when you get the with the perm, you got the rods. That's just only gonna bend it.
That's
then
the-
they
that's
put all
pretty
the
much the rubber band.
They put the sauce in the Yes, you know. So
pretty much adding the sauce at the end.
all right, let me show you guys. Let me not try to get it on the equipment.
Go ahead. Let me get that next. Okay, there it is.
Not a lot. Just
You don't need a lot.
just
You don't need a
little
lot.
bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. This is basically like you just said, like little tiny fibers in here that you just kind of need to lock down, you know?
Whew, and it also smells great.
Yes,
it
but
smells good.
Make sure you do not get it on the inside of the hat, all right? So you don't want, breaking out on your forehead and everything.
No.
Do not get it on the inside of the hat.
Right
All right,
here.
guys, we'll check back in a day or two to show you guys the brim. I'll even show you guys the results of putting it in a cup. We'll check back in. So wrapping up this video right here, it's been about, I would say, 2 to 3 days. So we left these on a little bit longer, but this right here, I mean, this method is proven. Look at that bend right there. That is perfect, nice and even. I would say the rubber bands do not fail. As far as this situation right here, holy moly.
It almost gives you like that vibe, bro. Like,
I just needed a quick moment of silence.
Okay.
Yeah.
do not be discouraged by this, okay? You could always kind of
Stop, bro.
bend it back.
It's
a little too
almost
harsh?
too, like, it almost does what I was saying, the roof. Come on, we turned that into
too
a
much
gap.
like a beak.
A beak, yes.
Beak, yeah.
The mug method, I don't know, I saw this online. The mug method is a no-go.
You can still make it work. You just gotta do more extra steps after, and you just want to get straight to rubber band, bro.
Yeah, man. The rubber band, you can see it right here. Good to go. Whew, hilarious.